Hi, I'm Richard Friedman, and welcome to my first countdown of my top 3 cartoons on Twitter for the week. The first top 3 cartoons on Twitter for the week of this past week. Starting with number 3. Here is The Ghost of Nixon. Okay? Hope you can all see that. Here we go. The Ghost of Nixon. Now, he says, remember one thing, never let the bastards get the audio tapes. So you can see that. Now, the purpose of this cartoon, how it's relevant to today, is basically that President Nixon was brought down by his own tapes that he had made, and how he basically tried to evade that. And what I'm saying here in this cartoon is that had Nixon had whistleblower laws back then, the chances are that it would have been stopped before it involved the President Richard Nixon, because President Nixon never took part in the original conspiracy to do this. He was brought into it by his going along with a plan to basically tap the CIA to get the FBI to stop investigating the Watergate burglary. So we're not going to get into the history of that. I'm not here today to give you a history lesson, but what I am here to do is to make you think about what's happening today. And this is relevant because had there been whistleblower laws then, way back then, like there are today, these whistleblower laws are very important because it puts a check on basically checks and balances of our government, and also it gives people the rights. It gives the president the rights, and it gives the whistleblower rights, and it keeps it balanced so that the whistleblower has to go through a procedure of going through the different levels before he can present his case. He just can't go to the FBI or CIA. He has to file a procedure, and those people have to file procedures. And if those procedures are not followed, we jeopardize our national security down the road. So here's the point, that President Nixon, when he was back in, when he was running for his second term, he basically was running against George McGovern. And he got a little worried here about McGovern because he was picking up some speed. So basically what he did do was he was concerned about leaks as well. So the people surrounding Nixon in this atmosphere developed a group of people called the plumbers. And the plumbers were designed to stop all kinds of leaks to the news media. That was their sole function within the White House, was to do that. And then, as an outgrowth of the plumbers who were doing this, there came an incident where it was a special thing where they wanted to, this was, I don't want to go into history of this, but the Watergate was like a subchapter of the mentality of what was going on in the Nixon White House. The break-in to the Watergate to compromise a person who they believed was leaking information. I think it was about the Vietnam War, Pentagon Papers, and all that kind of thing. We're not going to go back in time, give you a history lesson, but the point here is that some of the people from the plumbers were put in with these Watergate break-ins. They picked out, I guess, the elite plumbers, the best plumbers they could find, to inject into this team that went into the Watergate building to stop, to compromise a person who was leaking to the press, things that would be harmful to President Nixon's reelection. So if we had think of it, all the people that had to be involved, you had the plumbers, and then you had the Watergate people, all these people conspiracy doing things, and that somebody had to see this. And in those days, there was no whistleblower laws. So had there been a whistleblower law, President Nixon might not have been swept into this thing, and he might have continued his presidency out, and it would have been a different world. Perhaps even today it'd be a different world. So that's what I'm saying here is whistleblower laws are very important, and if we have a situation here where the special prosecutor, the person in charge of handing this into the Congress is not is short-circuiting the process. The Inspector General is the first person to get this, and then you go down the line, and that second person who's supposed to hand this over to Congress doesn't do so. The congressional investigative committees don't get this in order to act as a buffer for the person who was originally making this complaint. It's all buffers to protect, and also to protect the president or any other official, so that this is all cleared and filtered before any action is taken. So if you jeopardize that process, you're jeopardizing the national security of this country, and that comes before any president. It comes before any Congress or anybody. The security of this country is what it's all about. And the founding fathers, maybe didn't foresee the kind of leaders that we would eventually get, but you can't go around blaming the founding fathers and say that founding fathers didn't do this, they didn't do that, they couldn't anticipate this. Well, you could say too that the founding fathers didn't anticipate the kind of Congress that we have today as well. They couldn't have anticipated that, So you can't look back and blame the president on the past. You have to take the appropriate action. Now, all I'm saying here is that the whistleblowers' laws are vital to the security of this country, because there are people in high places who nobody operates in a closet. No matter how high up you are, there's always people around you, and you're dependent upon those people, and nobody is an island. And therefore, you need whistleblower laws, because it protects the country, and it also protects the president from somebody who just wants to make up, you want to say whatever, you want to call it fake news, whatever you want to call it, if you want to call it that. But whatever it is, fake news exists. And we're not saying it doesn't exist, but the question is, how do you filter out the fake news from the real news? And this is a filtering system that we're going to lose if this system is jeopardized. And that's what I'm saying here on this cartoon. I'm going to give back to you again so you take a good look. Those of you old enough to remember Richard Nixon here, and this is his ghost returning. And that's the story here is, never let those bastards get the audio tapes, because that's what Nixon felt they were, and also the tapes is what brought Nixon down. Had it not been for the tapes, President Nixon would have also possibly continued out his term. So again, I'm not gonna say start playing like I'm gonna be like a TV commentator, and start saying, well, this and that and this, and condemning people. I'm here to make you think and laugh at the same time. You draw your own conclusions. But I'm emphasizing the point that the whistleblower laws are neither Democrat nor Republican laws. They're American law. It's an American law, and it protects the security of this country, and it's very important. Okay, on to cartoon number 2, the second most popular cartoon on Twitter for the week, and that is here, the whistleblower. Okay, now here's the whistleblower. Now, there we see a guy in a corner, like it's the deep state, symbolizing the deep state. This man symbolizes the deep state. His identity is completely, you can't tell who he is or anything about him. This is the deep state, symbolized with pictures of Hillary Clinton and former President Barack Obama and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Now, you see here, you have it in an office there, and he's supposedly to be I think the whistleblower could be a deep state. This is Rudy Giuliani, former mayor of New York, and now President Trump's personal attorney, saying basically here he is. There he is right here. That's Rudy. And here he is saying, I think the whistleblower could be a deep state Democrat holdover from the Obama administration. Okay. Now, the thing here is that these people in intelligence, they're not Democrats, they're not Republicans, they're not like their senators or the Democrats. They are strictly, they don't discuss their party affiliations. They don't go around and campaign. They're in their own world of intelligence, and there's no way that anybody would probably even know what their political ideology or persuasion is. because it is so confidential that they're dedicated people, apolitical people. And so to say that they're Democrats, Republicans, it's like saying somebody came down from the moon and he's a Republican, you know, or from another planet he's a Democrat, Venusian or so, a Martian, Republican Martian. I mean, it just doesn't. It's just not there. And so I say that's, in my view, and I don't like to give my views, but in my view, the notion that somebody in the intelligence would be swept into a political arena is not valid. Is not valid, and it's more like scapegoating in a way. So it's what I'm saying here, basically. And here it is. There's Hillary Clinton, former Secretary of State, Barack Obama, former President of the United States, and Rudy Giuliani, again, now President Trump's personal attorney. See, pointing the finger, you see, that was the whole thing there, okay? Now, for numero uno de el semana, number one of the week. This is what you people on Twitter like the most by far, and this is the I Know Nothing cartoon. Okay, here he is. Okay, if you all remember Hogan's Heroes, there was a character called Schultz. See, Sergeant Schultz, and here he is, and here is President Trump. I said absolutely nothing wrong. It was perfect. There was no quid pro quo. There was nothing. And here we have Schultz, a sequence from Hogan's Heroes, saying, "I see nothing. I know nothing. I was not here. I did not even get up this morning." So the idea here, again, is that it's a denial in a way, and it's not professional to say to use, in a sense, say I know nothing. The idea is, what did you know, and when did you know it, and that I don't know where that's going to lead, but we have a responsibility to carry out that theme. So that cartoon was really inspired by the character Sergeant Schultz from Hogan's Heroes. I brought that in to show that there were, in fact, historically there was a Know Nothing party many years ago called the Know Nothing Party, and they went around saying, "Oh, we just don't know nothing. We just want to represent ourselves as people who don't know nothing about what's going on. You know, we don't know anything. We just want to be elected to. We just know nothing, and we want to do what's best for America, and we know nothing." You know, I mean, that was called. If you look it up and Google it, you'll see there was a Know Nothing party historically in America at one time, and I don't think it would be a good idea to start another party like that today. So that was the message of that cartoon, and it really surprised me in how many of my Twitter, of the people out on Twitter, really enjoyed this cartoon, and here it is. See it? So, okay, there's President Trump, and there's the character Schultz. So, folks, I'm going to try and bring you like the top 3 cartoons of the week from that I put up on Twitter. And if you want to look at them again and see them again, you could just look me up on Bronx Cartoonist. That's where I'm from, the Bronx, and so I thought it would be appropriate to call myself the Bronx Cartoonist. So you look up Bronx, you search Bronx Cartoonist on Twitter, and you'll come across my cartoons at RJF Cartoons, Bronx Cartoonist at RJF Cartoons. And I thank you very much for watching this video, and that concludes the top 3 countdown of the week. And I see you next week, and have a good week, and keep thinking and keep smiling. Thank you very much for watching this video. Bye.